Welcome back. All right, so we are going to talk about a career today that apparently ended on the weekend and I missed it. Apparently, Derick Brassard announced his retirement on Saturday. I don't remember seeing any reports of it. Now, of course, on Saturday I was out playing street hockey in Chilliwack. Maybe there were articles that I missed because I had the meetup that day. But either way, Derick Brassard was a number 6 pick for the Columbus Blue Jackets in 2006, and I went with a Columbus jersey, but I could have picked various jerseys for this because he bounced around the league a lot. Now, going back to Mike Sillinger, who's played for a record 12 teams in the National Hockey League, one thing Sillinger always said was, hey, teams always wanted me. So that's the way he saw it. It wasn't that teams didn't want him, it was that teams did. And so Derick Brassard can take that same sentiment into retirement here. He breaks into the league in 07-08 with Columbus, 17 games, 1 goal, 1 assist, 2 points. So quiet start to his career. 2008-2009, 31 games, 10 goals, 15 assists, 25 points. And of course, that's the first year that Columbus gets into the playoffs. He did not play for them in those playoffs. They did get swept in the first round. 2009-2010, he plays 79 games with the Columbus Blue Jackets, 9 goals, 27 assists, 36 points. I remember some rumbling about how they'd expected more, and he was a number 6 draft pick. You know how that works, the high draft picks. I expect a little more offense. The offense does show up the following season. 2010-2011, 74 games, 17 goals, 30 assists, 47 points. 2011-2012, still in Columbus, 74 games, 14 goals, 27 assists, 41 points. So we're 5 years into his career in the National Hockey League, and it's all Columbus. That changes in 2012-2013. It's a lockout shortened 48-game season. He plays 34 of those games in Columbus, 7 goals, 11 assists, 18 points. And then he's traded to the Rangers in a pretty major trade. On April the 3rd, he's traded with a 2014 6th-round pick, Derek Dorsett and John Moore. Going the other way are Blake Parlett, Stephen Delisle, and Marian Gaborik goes the other way as well. So that's a huge trade in terms of numbers. And with the New York Rangers, the offense is pretty good. 13 games, 5 goals, 6 assists, 11 points after the trade. And in the playoffs, he's a point-per-game player. 12 games, 2 goals, 10 assists, 12 points. And so if you were thinking, hey, it looks like Brassard's found his home, I wouldn't blame you. The following season, 2013-2014, plays 81 games for the Rangers, 18 goals, 27 assists, 45 points. They go all the way to the Stanley Cup final in 2014. He plays 23 games during that run, 6 goals, 6 assists, 12 points. So again, pretty strong run there. And then 2014-2015, he has his best offensive season in the National Hockey League. 80 games, 19 goals, 41 assists, 60 points. In the playoffs, 19 games, 9 goals, 7 assists, 16 points. So again, a really strong playoff run there. And he puts up the highest number of points he did in his career. Now, the following year, still with the New York Rangers, so we're 9 years into his career now, and he's just played with 2 teams. He'll get around a bit here soon. But 2015-2016, his final year with the Rangers, 80 games, 27 goals, which is a career high, 31 assists, 58 points. So he almost reaches that 60-point mark again. In the playoffs, 5 games, 1 goal, 3 assists, 4 points. And then a trade takes place. My reaction to that trade video is still on the channel. July the 18th, he is traded with a 2018 7th-round pick to the Ottawa Senators for Mika Zibanejad and a 2nd-round pick in 2018. And what threw me off wasn't just that Zibanejad, who I felt was a really good young player for Ottawa, and the future was really bright for him, I couldn't believe that the Rangers were getting the better draft pick in that trade as well. To this day, it is one of the greatest head-scratching trades for me. Not saying that as anything bad against Brassard. Brassard was a very good player, but still, that trade was weird. So his first year with Ottawa, his offensive numbers drop off. 81 games, 14 goals, 25 assists, 39 points. But the 2017 playoffs for Ottawa, that's a pretty strong run for the Sens. 19 games, 4 goals, 7 assists, 11 points. So he's part of that Ottawa team that very nearly gets to the final. And of course, he played in the final in 2014. So 2017-2018, plays 58 games with Ottawa, 18 goals, 20 assists, 38 points, and they trade him. February 2030 is traded with a 2018 3rd-round pick. Vincent Dunn, not that Vince Dunn, Vincent Dunn. And going the other way, a 2018 1st-round pick, a 2019 4th-round pick, Ian Cole, and Philip Gustafsson. So Pittsburgh pays a good price to acquire Brassard. And his time in Pittsburgh is not extremely long. So to finish out the 2017-2018 season, he plays 14 regular season games, 3 goals, 5 assists, 8 points. In the playoffs, keep in mind Pittsburgh had won the Cup in 2016 and 2017, so they're going for 3 in a row. But they fail. They fall in the second round. He plays 12 games in that run, 1 goal, 3 assists, 4 points. 2018-2019, still with Pittsburgh, 40 games, 9 goals, 6 assists, 15 points. And he's traded. February 1st, he's traded with a 2019 second-round pick, 2 fourth-round picks, and Riley Sheahan for Nick Bjugstad and Jared McCann. So there's Jared McCann going to the Pittsburgh Penguins. And with Florida, Brassard doesn't last very long there either. 10 games, 1 goal, 3 assists, 4 points. February 25th, so 24 days after Florida acquires him, they ship him out. He is traded with a 2020 6th-round pick in exchange for a 2020 3rd-round pick, which makes the trade they made in order to acquire him look kind of worse by comparison. So with the Colorado Avalanche, after being traded from Florida, plays 20 games, 4 goals for him there, no assists, 4 points in the playoffs, 9 games, 1 assist, as Colorado is in the stage where they're not able to get past the second round. So August 21st of that summer, as a free agent, he signs with the New York Islanders because there isn't a veteran that Lou Lamoriello has met that he hasn't liked. So 66 games with the Islanders, 10 goals, 22 assists, 32 points in the playoffs, 18 games, 2 goals, 6 assists, 8 points. As the Islanders go all the way to the conference final, just bowing out against Tampa Bay. So he's a useful player for them, meaning that December 20th of 2020, he signs as an unrestricted free agent with the Arizona Coyotes. With the Coyotes, he plays 53 games out of that 56-game schedule, 8 goals, 12 assists, 20 points. So at this stage, he's become just, he's a bottom 6 forward. He can put the puck in the net here and there, but he's still useful. And since he's still useful, teams still want him. Like I said earlier, as long as teams still want you to play for him, who cares how many teams you play for? August 25th, he signs as a free agent with the Philadelphia Flyers. So he plays 31 games with the Flyers. His numbers are decent in those 31 games. 6 goals, 10 assists, 16 points. And on March the 21st, he is traded for a 2023 4th-round draft choice to the Edmonton Oilers. So with the Oilers, after the trade, 15 games, 2 goals, 1 assist, 3 points. In the playoffs, he only plays the 1 game in the 2022 playoffs for the Oilers. And that ends his time with the Edmonton Oilers. So he played 10 games with Florida. He played 16 games in total for the Oilers. And then October 10th of 2022, he signs with the Ottawa Senators. And it feels like it works. Like it was the most at home I felt like he'd looked in a while. Plays 62 games for the Sens, 13 goals, 10 assists, 23 points. Sadly, and we knew at the time this could very well be the case. I remember saying it the night that it took place. He fractures his tibia. And it was quite obvious that he was badly hurt. And the immediate thought process I had, and there were others that had this too, was we hope that's not his final game, that's not the end of his career. In the end, that was his final game. He didn't play this season. He has now announced his retirement from the game. So he ends up playing 1,013 games. So he did get past the 1,000 game mark with the Ottawa Senators in his final year. 215 goals, 330 assists, 545 points. Very respectable. 118 playoff games as well. 25 goals, 43 assists, 68 points. Playing for Team Canada, he did win a gold medal at the World Championships in 2016. So a little bit of championship gold there for him. But I wish him all the best in retirement. He was a player that, again, I was really kind of rooting for to get signed to something this year and play for a couple of teams and maybe break that Sillinger mark. It's one of those things that I do keep track of, like with Max Domi right now. I'm like, I hope at some point maybe Domi ends up breaking that record. It's an odd record to look for somebody to break, but in this day and age where players don't move around as much as they did in previous generations, I think just the amount of teams he's played for, it's impressive. It's very impressive. And a fun career to look at. I mean, look at all the colors. So, I mean, at the very least, in retirement, he's got a whole bunch of jerseys he can put on the wall and go, I wore that team, yep, I played there. And the other thing, too, is the journeymen that play with this many teams, I almost guarantee lots of really good hockey stories to tell when you've gone through that many locker rooms. So, all the best to him in retirement. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you've not done so already. Thank you guys so much for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.